I don't have
Right,
hate speech.
because everything I'm hearing and I'm listening to everything you're saying,
I'm frustrated
it's
too.
jumping from issue in your life caused by a gay apartment manager, and all I'm telling you is I'm not telling you why you're doing this because, like you said, you would need to write it up so I could comprehend what the whole thing is. What I'm telling you is what I'm getting from you
Yes, sir.
is that you're angry
Uh-huh.
and that you might have an issue with gay people. That doesn't mean that's what I think you are or that's the issue, but that's what I'm hearing and that's what I'm getting. So I guess I'm telling you that just for your own knowledge so that when you're writing it out, keep that in mind. I am a completely fair person across the board and I'm very even keel.
But are you a gay man yourself, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, well, that's okay. So you do know you're talking with the HR
I
director,
do,
right?
and I'm not being
And
disrespectful
you
because I
know
voted for
that
gay
the
rights, and I'm just
HR
asking you a
director.
question because you're the person I have to refer to in regards to
Do
a
you
situation
know
with
how
a.
inappropriate that is?
Why is it inappropriate to ask someone that when I voted for gay rights?
Because it's inappropriate to ask. I would never ask another employee what their sexuality is, ever.
But there's a rainbow flag in the back of your office, sir.
Back in my what?
In the office of downtown, there's a rainbow flag in the back of the office
Yeah,
on the
but I
wall.
have a separate office. There are probably gay people that work here, but I have a separate office, so there's not one in my office, but irrelevant to
It's
the
neither
fact.
here nor there. I just wanted to know who was making these assessments on what I'm telling them.
Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to end the discussion because I'm disappointed in the turn it took. If you want to go ahead and write up the issues, I'll look into them for you. I want to do that, but I don't want to feel that you are because you're like I knew somebody there is. Why would you
No,
think
I didn't
that?
say I know somebody
Because
there
I
is,
have
sir.
to
You're
worry about the
misconstruing my
person
words.
here who
You're
is gay.
misconstruing my words. I never said I know somebody there is. What I told you is that there's a flag in the back of your front office that I saw this morning when I brought this to their attention in
Okay.
regards to
So,
you.
but I don't
No
think how
response
that
from HR.
plays
So,
any impact.
well, I
So
mean, if you're the only white person, if you're
impact.
the only white person in a room full of black people, and they're accusing you of something, you're going to be on your own because you are outnumbered by
Okay.
people who are not of the same. So therefore their opinion might, they're not saying that they're going to, but I'm saying in those terms you don't really have a voice in that room full of black people to speak on certain subjects is what I'm saying because of this situation. It's not a racist statement. It's just looking at me like if I was a gang member and I'm from a gang and they're all from a different gang in this cell. I don't have a lot of action in this cell to say anything because I'm not from the majority, is what I'm saying. So please don't take it as if me offending you. What I'm saying is the reason I asked you that is because I voted for gay rights. So I'm fully aware of gay people and whomever and friends of mine also. But inappropriate behavior in the workplace is inappropriate behavior in the
Oh
workplace.
no, I
And
agree.
if I was
Just
to
like
talk,
being gay or straight or whatever
but
is
I'm being
relevant.
lied
Any
on.
inappropriate behavior is inappropriate.
I'm being lied on in shelters by people who are the majority for sexual harassment reasons and being put out of there because they don't believe me and they side with the majority in the Tacoma Rescue Mission, in the Bellevue shelter. Okay, these are complaints I've written on text messages to case managers saying, hey, I'm being sexually harassed by this trans woman. Can you please help me? And them refusing to even respond to me in 3 different shelters. That's why I'm laying in someone's garage right now who let me stay here, sir. Because my manager, who is a gay man, sir, lied about me in court because he didn't like what he heard in my house and had someone listening in my house. So I called the police on them and they ran off. And a week and a half later, he sued me for eviction and I fought him 3 times in court while my father was dying in Uganda. Then I flew home, came back, and I went to work. And the first person I saw at work was Eric, the person I'm talking about. He's like, where have you been at? And I was like, whatever. I just came to work on Lumen Field. And Eric and John from Airmark were with their clipboards at the front of the stadium that day. So we went to work. And Eric has been on me before he was supervisor. So I ignore him, I avoid him, and everything else. But when you're in power, you're in power. So that's why he said you need to get the fuck out of here and don't come back to TLC. And when I went down there, I talked to the other Steven in the front office and I let him know what happened that day. And he said, don't let anybody stop you from making money because I was looking for an apartment. And my gay advocate from my attorney in this case, who's upstairs from your building right there, his name is Stephen Bass for the King County public defender's office mitigation specialist. He's the one that came down to your office and helped me try to get the first employment verification for the apartments he was paying to help me look for and for my motel room. So everyone who's helping me is who's gay. So I don't understand how I'm being offensive.
But what you're not hearing me say is, for me, that is irrelevant.
Okay.
Being gay or not being gay has nothing to do with it, and I wholeheartedly, maybe it's because I'm HR and I've done this my whole life, I wholeheartedly disagree with the fact that people can't look past that. But
no, I'm just saying. So you're saying, to be clear, you're saying that someone's sexual orientation plays no part in harassment whatsoever.
Not when I investigate, somebody's either harassed or they're not harassed. They can be harassed by a man, a woman, they can be harassed by anybody.
But their sexual orientation plays no part in that whatsoever, is what you're saying.
What's that?
Their sexual orientation plays no part in the harassment whatsoever.
Not in my investigation.
Not in your investigation. All right.
Harassment, but it does not play a major role. I don't look at somebody and say, that person's gay, so they're allowed to harass each other. That person's straight, that person's gay.
No one's allowed to harass anybody, is my point. No one's allowed to harass anyone. Like I told Jeff, I think in this morning, I said, listen, if this is Rosa and I was doing this to Rosa, she's going to say something and I'm going to get tarred and feathered by all these men in here who love Rosa and whomever else does. They're going to make sure that I stay in my place, like I'm getting checked in public by several other men like that, defending their friends. So that's what I'm saying. On the outside looking in, this is how I'm being treated. You feel differently, and I understand that.
No, I'm just telling you that if you want me to look into it, I need something.
I'll write it out, and I'll send you the videos. I'll send you the videos from Lumen Field and all the other videos of Eric at the office you're at, standing behind me, smoking his cigarettes and leaning over me while I'm sitting inside. I'll send you these videos and write that out for you, sir. Okay? And deliver it to you.
So you feel that they show clear?
I have them. I'll let you determine that. I'll fill out the paperwork.
Because if I get a bunch of videos of him standing around you.
No, it's not a bunch of videos. I'm 45 years old, sir, and I have a degree. I don't need to make frivolous videos, and I've already been in court. I have $25,000 in small claims court right now, so I'm not making anything up.
That's a red flag there.
No, it's not, because I'm homeless, and that's what happened. My attorney can talk to you about that. I mean, he's right upstairs above your office right there. Stephen Bass from the public defender's office, right above your office down there. No, what I'm saying, he could tell you about that because he's the one. He came to your office. My advocate came to your office to help me find an apartment with your staff, and they know him too.
When I was here.
Well,
I'm sure he did. I just not when I was here.
Well, he did. He could tell you that. And that's what I'm saying. So I'll just write it out. Like I said, it's easier for me to write it out for you instead of, I don't want to argue with you and annoy you or say something wrong. So I'd rather write it out and put the videos on a flash, and you can determine whatever you need to determine from that and make your decision.
Yep. And just so you know, what our process is our main I guess hope or our main drive is to make sure that someone isn't being sexually harassed.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes to making sure that people understand what our policies are against harassment.
Okay, but it's not hate speech. Me asking you, or my complaints about these several incidents that have not been resolved because of the situation, is not hate speech. It's just the multiple incidents that have been unresolved.
And when I say that to you, all I want you to understand is that's the way it's coming across.
I don't know how to determine hate speech.
Even keel to you, only because I want you to put that in your thought process when you're writing it out, just for your own good, so that way maybe you can take it. Because here's what I hear. I hear you're angry, and I understand your anger completely. I'm not saying you shouldn't have it. But when you're writing something up and you want somebody to look at like the facts and
yes,
stuff,
sir.
Remember, try to keep your emotion
out of it. That's what they tell you in court. They say keep your emotion out of it and just get to the facts. I understand that.
Yeah, but in court you want your emotion because there you're trying to pull a jewelry.
Actually, no. They say this is the complete opposite. I was told that you actually want to get to the facts because the judge doesn't like that. They don't like all these papers.
Yeah, I guess it depends if it's a jury trial or not. I was a public defender, so.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know you were a public defender.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So go ahead, write that up for me. You can be and you don't have to be specific on dates. If you can give me a time frame,
I'm going to give you videos because pictures.
Your employment record and kind of match it up from there. Okay.
Okay. I can give you a video too on Flash.
Do you need my email address?
I have it on your business card here, sir.
Okay, great.
Or is it the same number I called? Because someone answered and transferred me to you.
let's see. No, this is my work number. I had to stop giving out my cell number because it was a
That's
personal
fine.
cell. And but
I
you
can
can
send it.
also email me at steven.andreacola@tradeslabor.com.
Yeah, I got that.
Yep, perfect.
But then, just to clarify, me asking you about your sexual orientation is not hate speech either, sir. I was just wondering because
No, I didn't say that, but
I'm
the hate
outnumbered
speech is
here.
that what I'm hearing, and that's because you were
Upset.
discussing a lot of issues with gay influences, I guess, and I just wanted you to understand that it doesn't come off sounding right. That was all. Honestly, it wasn't an opinion about it. I'm more fair than you could ever imagine, but I wanted to let you know that that's what I was hearing from you, just for your knowledge.
Okay, well, I'm
Does that make
black.
sense?
I'm black, just for your knowledge.
Okay, well,
So I'm fully aware
I
of the civil
honestly,
rights movement.
in this position, I know nobody is colorblind, blah, blah, blah. I am fair across the board because it's my job. And that's why when I hear somebody going, on about, well, I would tell you about another case, but I can't. That man had a definite vendetta against somebody, and boy, he couldn't stop it. And I was trying to be as fair as I could with him, but it got to the point to where I couldn't even hear his case anymore, basically, because he was so targeted. I'm not like that. I want to be fair, and I'm almost too fair sometimes. So that's why I tell you, I need something that I can say, okay, yes, that was inappropriate.
But the fact that you used to be an attorney is my concern. But I'm going to go ahead and send that to you anyway.
Wait, why would that be? Because a lot of people are attorneys. I mean, I don't practice here in Washington, but I mean.
But you have the knowledge, and you're in charge of the situation. Yes, you have legal knowledge from an attorney's perspective, and I'm coming to you with something. And that's why I asked you what your orientation was, because you could be biased towards me, like they were being in the Superior Courthouse, and Judge Hudson and Judge Finkel, who took my rights away in 2018 when he played Mama for this woman.
Can you see what I'm saying now?
I'm just saying, these things are true, though. They're not hate speech.
And they're your experience. What I'm telling you is you don't have to worry about that from me. I don't discuss my sexual orientation with anybody.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So with me.
And no disrespect, and I apologize if that makes you feel better.
Across the board.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Well, then I look forward to your email.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.